Welcome back. So now we're done with the first 5 problems. Are you ready for more? Let's go. Now for number 6, it says here our principal is 16,000 pesos. Our rate is 4% per annum. And our time is, oh my God, here comes trouble. Because look at our time unit. Our time unit is not anymore specifying how many days, how many years, but it's from this date up to that date. Just like what my math teacher did. But don't worry, it's still easy to solve. First, let's see what we can do about this, okay? Siguro for this one, I know naman we can do ordinary time. Because from June 15, 2016 to February 16, 2020, it's very easy. So we can apply the time. So do I remember this how we're gonna do time interval? So that you can get the number of days. Okay? Let me write it for you. So here's our solution, di ba? So we have 2020, and this is February, and this is 16. And then minus the E1 starting from 2016. When did the interest start? Since 2016, di ba? And then 15, June 15. Di ba? Now let's subtract. So we have 1 day, 12 minus 26, 6 cannot be. So let's try 2019. This becomes 14, 16, 2016, 6, 15. Diba? Of course, we already got 1. And then this one becomes 8, 3. So tama, 3 years, 8 months, and 1 day. And diba remember, this is for ordinary, what we're doing here is ordinary time. Diba? So now let's convert. We know that 1 year is worth 60 days. 1 year is worth 360 days, di ba? Pero we have 3 years. Of course, ginawa na namin dito. So we have 1,080 days, di ba? And then 1 year is worth 12 months. Wait, 1 month is worth 30 days. Your 8 months is 240, di ba? And then 1,080 plus 240, 00. Tama ba? Three, 1. Then plus 1, so 1,301 days. That's for the ordinary time. Pero let me show you what I've done in my solution sheet to see what I mean. Back now to our solution sheet. Our principal is 16,000 pesos and then our rate is 4%, di ba? So what's my solution I've done here? So ang solution ko, ginawa ko dito, I summed everything. So 3 times 360 because there are 3 years, di ba? And 8 times 30 because there are 8 months. Plus 1 day, and then what's the answer? Did we get 1,301? It's 1,321. I do not know what happened. Maybe I just got a wrong combination or something. Did I get it right? Let's see. Kasi nga diba remember, ang ginawa ko dito, 1 year's worth 360 days. So that's 1,080. Ah! Tama, that's 1,321 pala. So 1,321. Okay? That is for the ordinary interest. Diba? And then for the exact interest, this is what I did. I tried to do I use counting principle. So sum of this is 16 from June 15, 2016. And there are 16 days from June 15 to June 30. Then July, there are 31 days. August consists of 31 days. September, 30 days. October, 30 days. November, December. Tama? And then yung 365 na nilagay ko doon, that makes a whole year of 2017. Para hindi ako mag-20 division. You only do that when you're doing small parts. But when you're doing a whole year, that's the time you can do the whole year muna. So 365 plus 365 plus 365 until 2019 yan. And then sa 2020, we have 31 for January and plus 16 for February. And what's the answer that we got there? Wait. I think I did something wrong. Then when I summed everything all together, I get 1,342 days. Now, to solve for the exact interest and the exact amount, here's what I did. First, we need to convert our days into years. How do we do that? Remember, this is the formula. We know that 1 year is worth 360 days in exact interest. Pero for an ordinary interest. Pero for exact interest, it's 365 days. Tama? So therefore, we have this answer here. Diba remember kanina I got 1,321. Then divide by 360 to make 1 whole year. So therefore, I'm gonna have to divide it by 360 and we should get this answer. Tama? On the other hand, if I get 365, therefore, diba remember I got 1,342, diba? And then divide by 365. So dividing that by 365, we should get 3.67 something. Then to solve for the interest, this is what we do. P times R times T. Pero yung time, you don't have to multiply it by 1,321 unless mag-divide ka. So therefore, you can just type the product of all the...
I prepare your food?
And there's a film.
Sorry.
So yan, we have to do this. Product of, multiply the numbers. So you multiply 16,000 times 0.04 times this guy. Or you can just type this guy and you can see what answer did you get. Or if you want patuloy, you can already do this. The product of all the numbers that you see here. Pero don't forget to divide your answer by 365. Yan. Wait, did I get it right? Parang majolis man dito lang yung sagot ko doon. Doon eh. There might be a bit of a difference. Wait lang po kasi nga I think I did not do the solution sheet properly. Kasi nga diba remember kanina, ito yung ginawa ko. So ang ginawa ko dito, I did the product of everything. I did the product of these two numbers and then I multiplied that by 1321 divided by 360. And we're supposed to get this one. And tama nga, we're supposed to get, we're supposed to get 2,348. Ito naman, ang ginawa ko, I multiply everything. Divide by 365 pala to. Dapat 360. Sorry pala, guys. So, yan, that's the one. And then, all we have to do is to get the amount. So, to get the amount, you know already what to do here. Sum of the two numbers. The cell here and the cell there. Are you sure? If you're really sure, press enter and click. That is your amount. Your amount is 18,348.44. That is for exact interest. Now, what about ordinary interest? Paano na yan kung exact? Ganito kasi yun. First, diba remember, we multiply everything to get to everything. So, you do the product of all the numbers, diba? Product of this guy, all the three. Diba? And then, we divide that by 365. Now that's the time we can use exact interest. Dahil sa exact, diba? Sa 365, okay? And then, what we can do here is we multiply everything. All the numbers, diba? Sorry. This one. Wait. This one pala, diba? 16,000. Type another asterisk. And then the 4%. Then times, remember this guy. Remember this guy was being divided by 365. Type this one. Yeah, you still get the same answer. Then you sum this up all together. Sum of the two numbers. This guy plus yung 16,000. And you're supposed to get this. You're supposed to get 18,353 pesos. So yun yung sagot. That is how you get the ordinary and the exact interest for that number. Now, for number 7, although you can't see the color, let me show to you. It says here our principal is not known. Our rate is 9% per annum. Our time is from this date up to that day again, from December 12, 2017 to June 13, 2023. And did you know June 13, that's Kyle's birthday. Hi Kyle Kawiles! Shout out to you, bro! Hey Kyle, have you watched my math videos, man? I hope you like this one, bro. Hey Kyle! And that's my buddy's birthday, June 13. He's born in the year 2001. I was born on February 24, 2000. Although we make a 1-year discrepancy. Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, man, I'm interested in your videos, but I'm very busy with school, man, so good luck, buddy. Thanks, bro. Anyway, so we have December 12, 2017 to June 13, 2023. And that's Calcawile's 22nd birthday. Tama? And we have the interest of 17,500 pesos. What is our goal? Our goal in this particular situation is to solve for the principal and the amount. Paano tayo solve yung principal at saka yung amount? Ganito kasi yun. Very fast lang talagang gagawin namin. First, let's get the time interval for the time. Diba yung remember sabi ni Ma'am Cathy, for ordinary interest, we get the time interval. So now we have this. We have 2023, June 13. And then minus 2017, December 12. Of course, that's easy to get the numbers. We get 1. 20 cannot be, so we have to borrow 1 year. So this becomes 18. Add 12 months. 13, 12, we already got our answer here. And then 12, 1, 6, 2017, 5. So therefore, it's 5 years, 6 months, and 1 day. And 5 years, that's already equivalent to ilang days? 1 year is 360 days. But 5 years, that's 5 times 36, 1,800. So 1,800 days plus 6 months, that's supposed to be ano yun? 1 month is worth 30 days. So that's 180. So that's equivalent to 1,980 plus 1, which gives me a big fat sum of 1,981 days all in all. So we get 1,981 days. Now back to the problem. So in our solution sheet here, ang ginawa ko dito ay ganito. First, this is the ordinary that I did. Ang ginawa ko dito, I did 5 times 360 because there are, what you call this, 360 days in 1 year. And then 6 times 30 because there are 30 days in 1 month. And then plus 1 day. Tama? And then with that, what's the answer? The answer is 1,981 days. Tama? That is for the ordinary interest. That's the number of days in ordinary time. Now for the exact, I did sum. So ginawa ko dito, we summed everything. Start from December 2017, that's worth 20 days. 20 days in the, ano yun? In December 2017. Then 365 for 2018. And then we have 2019. And then 2020, we have 365 days again. 366 because 2020 is 366. Dahil may February 29. 2021, 2022, tapos kung ng 2023 tayo, January, February, March, April, May, June. So therefore, how many days is that altogether? We should have a sum of 2,010 days. Now, all we have to do is to solve for the principal. But wait, before that, our time unit is in days. So we need to convert our time unit into years. Kasi nga, di ba, remember, sabi dito per annum. So now, going back to the problem. So 1 year is worth 360 days. Pero, come to think of it, this doesn't make it. Wait. That's better. Okay. So now we have 1,981. And this one becomes 2,010. Now, all we have to do is to divide. So 2,010 divided by 365. 365. And what did we get? We get 5.50. Well, on the other hand, 1,981 divided by 360. And we get 5.50. Okay? Now we can solve. So remember, the first thing we're gonna have to do is to divide this. We need to do this. To solve for the principle of the ordinary time, the first thing that we need to do is to remember the formula P times R times T equals I. So we need to do the product of both of the situations first. So doing the product of both, remember this one and this one, where we have to convert. So where's our conversion? Ito. So therefore, that's supposed to be 1,700 divided by the product of the two numbers. The product of, what are the two numbers? In ordinary interest, we have this one. And then, C15. Although, you can't even see the cell dahil may highlight. So, C15. That's the cell that we want, diba? Is that right? And what do we get? Therefore, our principal is 35,335.69 centavos. Now, to get the amount, all we have to do is to just add. So, type the sum and then click on the two numbers that you want to add. Yan. And you should get 52,835,000. Tama ba? 52,835.69. Tama. We get that answer. Now, if you are to, now, for the exact interest naman, di ba remember sabi ko sa'yo, ang gagawin mo, kung gusto mo mabilis, you can do 1,900, you can click on the cell that you want, and then type the product of, or you can just do it this way, times this. Pero because, di ba remember, dapat supposed to be division. So therefore, this guy times, where's the ordinary interest? The exact interest is right here. Di ba? And you're supposed to get, teka, divide O. Ah, I forgot to multiply. So dapat I have to divide pala. Sige, wait lang muna ha. So di ba remember, this is, we have 17,500 pesos. And then we have to divide that by 0.09, and then divide it again by our answer here, which is this guy. Did you get the answer? Yes. We got 35,309.56 centavos. Then we sum everything up. We go here, then type sum, then add the two numbers together. Is that correct? Press enter and you get 52,809.56. And that's our answer. Now let's highlight the answers and let's move on to the next. Okay, so far so good. We've already done 7 problems so far. Now it's time for some tricky problems. Are you ready? Let's go. Now for number 8, although you can't see the problem because it's light in color again, let me push it. Sorry. I think there might be a problem. So therefore, we have ano to, 20% per month, and then the time is from October 18, 2018 to January 8, 2024. And we have 180,000 pesos, which represents the exact amount. Hinighlight ko exact. Diba remember, if you are, kasi nga, diba remember why number 6 and number 7, you can do either way you want. Either you want to solve for the ordinary interest or the exact interest, and either of these two answers will be correct. Pero for these numbers, it says it's already specified, it's already in that value. When we say exact, ibig sabihin exact interest. Kailangan 365 yung kailangan namin. Kapag ordinary, 360. Pero ang sabi dito, exact. So therefore, anong gagawin namin dito? Exact interest. And in this particular problem, we don't have the rate, the principal, and the interest. What do we do now? Don't worry, here's the plan. First, we're gonna have to make our time units into days. Do you remember what you it's from this day up to that date. So now we're gonna have to get the time interval. Pero actually, we don't have to because it's already in exact interest. So therefore, here's what we're gonna do. Going back to Microsoft Excel, so therefore, we have this one. So, di ba remember, we have how many days? Ganito kasi yun. So, first, I start off. Di ba remember, I started from, kailan ako nagsimula? I start off from October 18, 2018. Tama. So, therefore, I have 14 days to finish the 31. And then, 30 for November, and then December. And then, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, hanggang, kailan to? I said up to January 18, 2024. Di ba remember January 18, 2024? That's ano yun? That's up to January 8, 2024, di ba? Now, what I did here, I add everything up and we're supposed to get the sum of 1,909 days. And then that point 2 is 20% divided by 100. 20 divided by 100 is 0.2. And we get 20% per month. And our time unit is in days. So therefore, that can't be done. So we need to convert. So ganito kasi yung conversion namin. Please wait a while I work the conversion table. Okay, going back now. So, di ba remember, this is one year's worth 365 days. So, we have 1,909 days. And then divide by 365. So, dividing that by 365, we should get 5.23 years. And in this particular situation, 1 year is worth 12 months. Kasi nga, we need to convert that into months. Diba? Kasi nga, ayoko talaga yung time conversion ko by days. Because I ask it in months. Diba? So, that time unit, so it's months. So, ang gagawin na namin, remember the answer that we got here? 1,909 divided by 365. We should get 5.230137. We're gonna have to multiply that by 12. Clicking on the cell here, then push asterisk 12, and we're supposed to have 62.76164,384 months. So therefore, that is our exact interest. So therefore, that is our time. 62.76 months. Now, all we have to do is to solve for the answer. Pero, look, our principal and our interest are not known. So remember the formula that I told you? Ganito kasi yun. First, you're gonna have to multiply everything by, you're gonna have to do this. Diba remember that 62.76, that's already your time unit in months. So the rate times the time. So it's 0.02 times this one. And you get 12.5523. That is the rate times the time, or RT. Tama? Now we add that by 1. Kasi diba remember, this is how the formula goes in simple interest. Can I write it for you, please? That's my formula already. Diba? So when I multiplied everything, we get this answer, 12.55233. And then we add it by 1. So pressing the equal, click on this cell, plus 1. And we're supposed to get 13.55. Now, our answer is P times 13.55233 is equivalent to 180,000 pesos. Now, we can divide both sides by this answer. We can divide, diba? So, we can divide both sides by this answer. So, therefore, ang gagawin na namin ay, going back to our principal, to get the principal, or the present value, press equal, the future value of 180,000 pesos, divide by, what's the answer? What did we get? The 13.55. And what answer did we get? We get the principal of 13,281.85 cents. Now, all we have to do is to do A minus I, A minus P to give you the I, and therefore, these are interest. Looking at my solution sheet, that's about, yes, tama, that's supposed to be the principal. The principal is supposed to be 132,081 peso, 13,281 pesos, and the interest you're gonna get is 166,718.1 pesos. Yun lang. And that's how you're going to solve for the answer here. That's how it's meant to be done. Okay, let's highlight the answer para malaman na namin na nakuha namin yung sagot. Yeah. Oh, wait. Not this one. Yan. Orange. So, you're going to click on na lang. Orange. And then this one, orange. Yan. Okay. 2 more to go. Next, for number 19, here's the problem for today. Diba, remember, it says here, we have 55,000 pesos, and then the rate given is blank percent per day. The time unit is 14 years, and then the interest is not known. Per hour amount is 505,000 pesos. But, look at the sub. That 505,000 pesos that's in the exact amount pertains to the ordinary time. So, now, this is involving ordinary time. And our time unit is in days. But look at our time units. Diba, remember, in this objective, we need to solve for the rate and the interest. To solve for the interest, madali lang yan. We can just do that first na lang if you want to. So, to solve for the interest, ito yung gawin namin. We do 550,000 pesos minus 55,000. And we should get 495,000 pesos. Diba? And then we shift that down and we're supposed to get this answer din. Shift it. Yan. Okay? Now, remember, we need to convert our time unit because our time unit is not the same. Kasi ito ba, remember, sabi dito, it's 14 years. Pero, our rate is per day. So, now we're gonna have to convert. Remember, if we want to convert 1 year, kasi nga diba remember, it says ordinary. When we say ordinary, ibig sabihin, divide by 360. Diba, normally 1 year is for 360 days, and that's for the ordinary time. Diba? So therefore, our year, we have to do it this way. Diba, remembering the solution? 1 year is worth 360 days. So we have 14 years. Diba, remember we have 14 years here, diba? 14. Type in the number 14 here, and then we multiply that by 360. 14 asterisk 360 days. Diba? And we get 5,040. That's why you might be asking me, what's that 5,040 doing there? Because it's 14 times 360. Yan. Now we can solve for the time. Rate. Kung mag-solve tayo ng rate, mabilis lang yun. Diba, remember I told you what to do? The first thing that you're going to do is to, just divide whatever is given. Diba, remember sabi ko sa'yo, you can already divide? Or let's say, for example, if you want something harder, para wala tayong, pero never mind, I think what we're in a hurry, so I have to finish this now, okay? But I'll show you an alternative solution later. So, ang gagawin na namin, all we have to do is to divide from 495,000 pesos. Divide by, yan, the principal and the rate and the time, di ba? We should divide everything and we should get 0.01. 0.0017. Pero we need to multiply that by 100. So, click this cell, then multiply that by 100, and therefore, the interest rate is 0.178% per month. Per day. Very good. Parang the interest rate charges very slowly, no? Galing. Suabe. Okay. Parang feeling ko number 9 was so easy. Pero di bale, I think that's already fine by me. Para what you always, we can already finish everything on time. Last problem. Are you ready? Get ready for the last problem. Here we go. For the last problem, it says here, we have the principal of 210,000 pesos, the interest rate of 8 1/3% per annum, and then our time is, wow, this time we're gonna have to solve for the time. But this time we're gonna have to solve for the time in smaller units. Like you have to solve it in days, in hours, and in minutes. Wow, that's tough. And for interest is, if you zoom in closely, it says, taking the square root of the principal. Diba, remember, sinunod dito principal. Pero it's written underneath a square root. So therefore, you have to take the square root of the principal, and that is your interest. Pero, meron pa. Diba, sabi dito, if you were to take the square root of the principal, that interest is the exact interest. Exact. Kaya naman, may 365 tayo dito. Now, let's get to work. So, di ba remember, this is our problem in number 10. So, ganito kasi yun. Di ba remember, our principal is 210,000 pesos. Pero, di ba remember, we have 8 1/3%. Paano tayong 8 1/3%? Ganito kasi yun. Let me write it for you. Di ba remember, we have this one. 8 1/3%. Did you know that 1/3, if we were to divide that, that's 8.33333%. And then moving the decimal place 2 places to the left, it's supposed to be 0.0833333 in decimal. That is how you're gonna convert. Okay? So that's why I come up with the 0.0833333 because of this. Di ba remember, ito yung ginawa ko. 210,000 pesos, and then we have 8.33%. Kasi yung ginawa ko dito sa first place, we have this one. 8 plus 1 divided by 3. And we get 8.3333. And then we need to divide it by 100. Whatever answer we get here, i-divide na namin by 100. Because we need to convert that into a decimal. So tama. The answer is 0.08333 in a bunch of 3's. Now let's solve for the answer. So the first thing we need to do is to take the square root of our principal. So ang ginawa namin ay ganito. Di ba remember sabi dito sa instruction, take the square root of the principal and that's in exact amount. So, di ba remember square root, you just have to type SQRT. Then click the number which is 210,000 pesos. At yun, when we take the square root of the principal, we should get 458,002.25 cents. Then we add to get the amount. Kasi nga to get the amount, it's very easy. Just add the two numbers together and you should get this amount. Doing the same thing here. Yan. Okay? So therefore, our amount is supposed to be 210,458 pesos. Now, here's what we're gonna do. Our objective in this scenario is to solve for the time. So how do we solve for the time? To solve for the time, ganito kasi yung mangyayari. We do not know what the time is. Kasi nga, remember, but although we are already given the following, which is P times R times T equals I. The I is already given, which is your 458.25 cents. Diba? So now, all we have to do is to multiply these two numbers together. So let's work it out here. So ang ginawa dito, we multiply these two numbers. 210,000 pesos times this one. Sorry, and we're supposed to get this. 17,500. Diba? And then I divide by whatever answer we get here to solve for the time. So therefore, it's gonna be this guy divided by our answer here. And you should get 0.026186. Pero our rate is in annum. We need to convert that to days, hours, and minutes. So this implies time conversion. Before that, I want to show you something. Or you can also do it like this. This one divided by the product of the two numbers. Diba? And you will still get the same answer. Diba? But that's your time unit in years. Kasi nga, ang gusto ko namin ay in days. So how do we do that? Remember the formula that I told you here? Ganito kasi yun. So, diba remember we have our time unit, diba? So, 1 year is worth 365 days. Tama? Remember the time unit, diba? So, let's work this here. So, we have 1 year, and that's equivalent to 365 days. Diba? So, we have this answer. Diba remember our answer that we got here? Remember the answer that we got here? The future, the interest divide by the product of ano to? Or you can just divide everything. Divide by this guy and divide by this guy. Do you think you will still get 0.26186? Yes, you did. And then whatever answer you get here, you get to multiply that by 365. You should get 9.5 days. Diba? Pero that's not the answer that we got. Of course, we already got the days. So the days is 9 days. So therefore, our blank days, that's supposed to be 9 days. Okay? So putting that into my solution sheet, that's 9 days. Correct. Pero we still have the 0.557944. So therefore, that 0.557944 is part of a day. Because we still need to convert the days into hours. Very good. So now let's work another conversion. So another conversion, we have 1 day is worth, how many hours are there in 1 day? 24, diba? So 24 hours make 1 day. And then, diba remember, our 9.55, we don't use that. Because our 9 is already in days. So we need to convert that in hours. So we need to subtract. So we have this. Press equal, then this answer that you got here, minus 9. Because we need to make sure our base is 0. Our whole number is 0 because we already got 9 days. At yun nga, so we have 0.55794 because that makes the hour. Because we're not gonna convert the whole number into hours because we already got the days, diba? So we're gonna convert the portion of days into hours, okay? So now we have 0.557944 and then we multiply that by 24. So doing the same procedure again, product, and we're supposed to get 13.39 hours. So therefore, our hours is 13 hours. Going back to our solution here, so diba remember, nilagay ko blank hours. But now we already have 13 hours. But wait, one more. May minutes pa. So we need to convert that into minutes too. Kaya nga may ultimate time conversion na tayo. Going back. So now we have 1 hour. How many minutes are there in 1 hour? 60. So 60 minutes make 1 hour. Remember the calendar song? 60 minutes make an hour. Work with all your might and power. 24 hours make a day. Time enough for work and play. Never mind, don't sing the song. Anyway, I just want to tell you that because this brings me back to memories when I always, listen to that song when I was a kid to learn the calendar conversion timetable. Anyway, back to the problem. So now we have 1 hour is worth 60 days. Pero di ba remember, we got 13.39. Di ba remember, our 13.39 hours, that 13 is already 1 whole hour. But did you know the decimal makes part of an hour? And that's the minutes. So therefore, we need to get rid of the 13. So to do this, ganito yun. The answer that you got here minus the whole number. We should get 0.39. And then what do we do next? Multiply. Multiply the decimal by the number of minutes. And we're supposed to get 23.43 minutes. So therefore, our minutes is, diba remember last time it was blank. So now let's put the answer. Oh my God. So now let's put the answer. And the answer is 23.43877 minutes. And that's it. And now we solve for the answer. So therefore, the answer number 10 in exact interest is this. Our exact amount should be, diba remember we take the square root of our principal. And take the square root of our principal, we get 458 pesos, 0.25. And our amount should be 210,458.76. Pero that's number, we want it in decimal. So click on general. Yan. Okay? And then our time, di ba remember it's asking for the time, we have to convert in days, hours, and minutes. So therefore, our time is 9 days, our hours is 13 hours, and our minutes is 23.40 minutes. And that's it. Praise the Lord, we're done. And now, we're done. We're done already with simple interest. And thank God, if it weren't thanks to your help, we would not be able to complete the table. Thanks for watching, guys. See you more in the next video. And we'll make more about the periodical test and we'll practice more problems as we go along. God bless ka na sa exams. Bye!